And we're going to grade on a couple things here. So we got arm strength, accuracy, mobility, clutch factor, and then the build/age. And then I also throw in 2 games that I graded to make a combined score. And starting with arm strength, I gave it a 2.5 out of 5. This is going to be a below average NFL arm. His arm never struck me as anything special. He can make the plays he needs to, but definitely once he gets to the NFL, his arm is going to be below average. So not anything special here. 3 would be like an average arm. 2.5 is right below. He definitely doesn't have a noodle by any means, but just a little below average is what I would call it. Accuracy, I also gave a 2.5 out of 5. He isn't the most accurate guy. I would say his accuracy in the NFL would be below average. I don't think he can hit. What he does is he almost limits the yak that the receivers can get. Like, he throws it to the spot, but he doesn't throw it to give them the ability to run after the catch and do some crazy things, because he threw a lot of screens, man. Like, he wasn't even really accurate on those screen balls, but he threw a lot of screens. Like, watching his film, it's like 50%. It looks like watching Tua's film, man. Like, very similar, actually. Now, mobility, I think he's actually a 3 out of 5. So that would say he's average in the NFL for mobility, right? He does a lot of running out of the pocket. He does a lot of throws on the run. Yeah, he's not fast, right? So he's not going to be your Lamar Jackson, Jaden Daniels, where he's scrambling all the time. But he has enough to make you pay. So I would say a little bit less than Jackson Dart. Obviously, you're kind of looking more like a Herbert, where they run just because they're fast enough, but they're not fast enough to where you have to always have a QB spy on the field or anything like that. Then we have clutch factor. I gave him a 2 out of 5 for this, man. 1 in 5 in ranked games in 2025, just doesn't have a good look. And he got pulled from one of the games against Alabama. I just think that shows the lack of trust the LSU coaching staff had for Nussmeier. And it just really shows me that I don't think he has that clutch ability that these top end quarterbacks have in this draft. And then finally, we have the build/age, right? He's 6'1", 205, and he's 24 years old. None of that is very good. So I gave him a 1.5 out of 5. He's an old quarterback prospect. He doesn't have a biggest frame. And that doesn't contribute to having him graded very highly. So the 2 games, the Alabama game I gave him a 2.59 grade for that game. It was an awful game, really. That's why he got replaced. 2.5 for me is like a replacement level starter. So they got him out of there. The Clemson game against LSU I gave him a 2.98. That was a little bit more of an average performance. But overall, that brings his total grade to a 2.44 out of 5. This is pretty low. Just to kind of throw my big board on the screen now, this has him as 4th on my QB list so far. This would